This week in Jamaica Now, renting children, beggars paying $500 a day to get minors on the streets. The children's advocate investigates. Kartel wipes eyes, co-accused weep as they profess their innocence at the Lizard Williams murder trial. Jamaica meets targets for third IMF test. And Goat Island on the front burner again. Environmentalists support calls to suspend discussions on development plans. These and other stories coming up after the break.
Get the Gleaner Classifieds app for BlackBerry and be the first to know. Search by item or location, search entire listings, save results for reference later, and even call directly from the app. It's that easy. Download the Gleaner Classifieds app in February and get 1 month free.
I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. The Children's Advocate is investigating claims that Jamaican children are being rented by their parents to street beggars. The Star newspaper has detailed the accounts of a Kingston woman who says children are rented for $500 to $1,000 a day. The woman, who lives on Maxfield Avenue in Kingston, says the practice is a business that is well known in the community. The Children's Advocate, Diane Gordon Harrison, says while her office has not received any reports, there will be an investigation into the claims. In the Vibes Kartel murder trial, the entertainer and his 4 co-accused last week declared that they were innocent of the murder of Clive Lizard Williams. All 5 men professed their innocence in unsworn statements before presiding judge Justice Lennox Campbell. The men could not have been cross-examined because they never offered sworn statements. The Crown is alleging that Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, Shane Williams, Andre St. John, entertainer Sean Campbell, popularly called Sean Storm, and Kyra Jones murdered Williams on August 16, 2011 over 2 missing guns. And Kartel's sister took the witness stand last week to give character evidence on his behalf. Kartel was seen wiping his eyes as his sister spoke. His co-accused Andre St. John and Shane Williams cried as they told the court that they were innocent. The Jamaica Environment Trust has backed a call for the government to put on hold discussions on plans to establish a transshipment and logistics hub on the Goat Islands. In a private member's motion in the House of Representatives, Gregory Mayer, the Member of Parliament for North East St. Catherine, argued that the proposed project lacks transparency. And the Jamaica Environment Trust says it too is deeply concerned about the secrecy around the project. The lobby group wants the matter to be investigated as well as debated by a parliamentary oversight committee and a report of its findings made public. The government has repeatedly stated that the $1.5 billion project is critical to its development agenda as it will bring much-needed investment and jobs. The Portia Simpson Miller-led administration was in for more criticisms last week following the revelation that it has spent more than $117 million on overseas trips in the past 2 years. Mrs. Simpson Miller, who was speaking in Parliament, disclosed that of the $117 million, $15.15 million was spent on her 25 trips in 2 years. Readers on the Gleaner's website, as well as those on the newspaper's Twitter and Facebook accounts, said the level of spending was excessive and unwarranted, given the tight financial climate the country is facing. Educators want the Education Ministry to allocate more resources to the sector to close the performance gap between students in public schools and their counterparts in private institutions. A Gleaner-commissioned study compiled by Johnson Survey Research has shown that a child attending a rural public school is more likely to be performing below average on the Grade 6 Achievement Test, GSAT, than a child living in urban centers and attending private school. The educators say the challenges affecting the education system must be addressed if all students are to perform at the same level. The 3-member disciplinary panel in the drug hearing involving former 100-meter world record holder Asafa Powell is to listen to closing arguments on February 26. The 31-year-old Powell was summoned to face the disciplinary panel following his positive test for the banned stimulant oxylophrin at the national championships in June last year. Powell has blamed the positive test on a new brand of nutritional supplements given to him by his former physical trainer, Chris Zureb. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune into Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and as we go, a snapshot of our new exciting sports program, End to End.
So let's get on track.
Let's do it.
Asafa Paul, if he walked away from the sport today, could he be considered a legend, a loser, or the world's sexiest man?
Oh, jeez. This is the most disrespectful, most demeaning conversation we're ever going to have on the show when you consider what Asafa Paul has done for this country. Come on. 88 times below 10 seconds in 100 meters. Unprecedented, unmatched. Fourth fastest man on the planet, and at 9.72, that's the fifth fastest time in history.
You cannot be considered a true legend without the accolades. All of those times are simply bells and whistles.
Give you some accolades.
No, well, let's look at some of the people we consider to be the top dogs in this sport. Michael Johnson, 9 Olympic medals, with 9 World Championship and Olympic medals. Usain Bolt already has 9. Jesse Owens, 3 in 1936. Asafa Powell has 2 bronze medals. Are
we going to discount his bronze medals though? Come on. And let's not forget who he lost.
So lost to Derek Atkins.
But would that silver medal change your position on Asafa Powell though? A silver medal as opposed to a bronze medal? No, it wouldn't.